right, you guys, so welcome. Let's get started in child's pose. All right, you can bring your hips towards your heels, your forehead towards the mat. Give yourself about, let's say, 3 to 5 really nice breaths. And ideally, your inhales and exhales start to sound somewhat the same. And then from your child's pose, just slide your hands in a little bit and squeeze the mat, curl your toes under, inhale your sitting bones way up and back. Begin to bring some movement into your downward facing dog. You can bend your right knee, reach your left heel down. Bend your left knee, reach your right heel down. Maybe toes to the left, hips to the right. Toes to the right, hips to the left, reaching out through your fingertips. And once you've brought a little bit of movement into your side body, come into a really nice long downward facing dog. So fingertips long, hips high, legs strong. Knees can be bent or moving towards straight. It's not that one's better than the other. Just stylistically, they're a little different. And inhale your sitting bones way up and back. Soften your knees, gaze forward. Walk your feet up in between your hands. Press the floor down. So as you walk up, think of pressing the floor away. You can try tapping your toes to your wrists. Right? So really lifting up. And then when you do end up all the way up in between your hands, bring your feet 2 fist distance apart. Let the weight of your body drop over your legs, so bend your knees until your stomach touches your thighs, chest touches your knees, ribs are right up against your legs. Grab opposite hand to opposite elbow and let your upper body hang. And take a deep inhale into your back. Exhale, release your elbows, sweep your hands around behind your back, interlace your fingers, bring your palms to press. Inhale, knuckles up and over the top. Good, inhale your knuckles away from your body. Exhale, let your hands fall heavy overhead. Relax your neck, bend your right knee, gaze underneath your left shoulder, press through your left foot. Switch sides, bend your left knee, gaze underneath your right shoulder, little twist to the right. Draw yourself back to center, hands back to your low back. Let your fingertips slide down the sides of your legs. Inhale and roll into your half lift. Right, lengthen your spine, sternum away from your hips. Knees can be bent. Right, abdominal muscles draw in, chest lengthens forward, then folding back on in. 2 more times, inhaling and rolling. Exhaling, folding. Last one. Inhale, really unrolling on your breath. Exhaling, folding with your exhale. Press through your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Good, reach up out of your waist. You can hook your thumbs, bring your palms together, interlace your fingers. But one way or another, lift up and back. And exhale, folding up and over the top. Good, inhale and roll. Exhale, feet come back together. Inhale into a half lift again. Exhaling, folding in again. Find the center line like you're making a seal with the soles of your feet on the floor. Inhale your arms sideways and up, lifting up through all the arches. Lifting up out of your waist. And then exhaling, folding up and over the top. Bend your knees as much as you like. Right, forward wraps in at the very end. Inhale into your half lift. Exhale, both hands down. Step your feet back into an upper push-up plank. Pause for a moment. Bring your knees down if you like. Right, knees or no knees, either way is great. If you have your knees down, it's not even that much easier, really. So one way or another, you have your shoulder blades on your back. Right, if your legs are straight, you want to think of your legs doing as much of the work as your upper body does. Right, take an inhale. Exhale, halfway down, gazing forward. Press straight back up. Again, halfway down and back up. And then all the way down to the ground. Let your toes lay long. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, peel your chest up, plug your pelvis into the ground. Try to lengthen from the base of your spine through the crown of your head, and then lowering all the way back on down. Again, inhale, rolling up, right? Legs are long, collarbones broad. Lowering back on down. This next time, if you want to come into upward facing dog, you could try curling your toes under. Hover barely up off the ground. Inhale, rolling over the tops of your feet. Good, lift your chest, or you could flip your feet. I think that's more like what I just did. And then curling your toes under, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Okay, give yourself a few good breaths. You can bend one knee, bend the other knee. You could turn your toes one way and let your hips go the other way, right? Whatever feels really nice in your body, gives you some room to breathe and move. Okay, then inhale your right leg way up and back. Roll your right ankle. Okay, bend your right knee and make some circles round your right hip. Okay, go both ways. Okay, then inhale your right leg way out long, lift your right hip over your left, bend your right knee. Press through your fingers, right, press out through your shoulders. Inhale your right leg out long. As you exhale, bring your right knee all the way through. Right foot comes down to the mat. Spin your left heel down to the ground. Fit your right knee into your armpit. Square your hips and shoulders towards the front of the room. You could plug your left foot in. Take an inhale. Exhale, both hands back by your sides, almost like you're flying out over your right leg. So left foot roots down. You can interlace your fingers. Inhale, roll your shoulders back. And then slide your right shoulder to the inside of your right knee. Drop the weight of your head. Let your knuckles float overhead. Okay, keep your left foot plugged down. Inhale, rise all the way up into your warrior one. Reach up and back. So left leg does a bunch of the work. Good, lifting up from your left leg all the way up through the base of your spine, up through your arms even. And then open wide into your warrior two. Right arm forward, left arm back. You can take your feet a little wider if you want. Inhale, your right palm face up, reach forward. Extend up and back into your reverse warrior. Inhale, lift up out of your right side seam. Exhale, cartwheel, right hand down, left arm follows, step your right foot back. And exhale as you lower. Inhale, this is the first full flow, I think. And then back to your downward facing dog. Okay, give yourself a few good breaths in your downward facing dog. And any movement that just helps your body a little bit. Inhale your left leg up and back. Again, you can roll your ankle, wiggle your toes, bend your left knee, make some circles, clockwise, counterclockwise. Good, right knee stays facing your nose. Inhale your left leg way up long. Lift your left hip over your right, bend your left knee like your left knee wants to see the ceiling. And press out through your shoulders. Inhale your left leg back out long, square your hips up, exhale, left foot steps right on through. Spin your right heel down, left knee fits your left armpit. Okay, think of using your right leg more than your left even. Take an inhale. Exhale, draw your abdominal muscles in, hands back by your sides, chest gazes forward. You can interlace your fingers, maybe try the awkward way, and then open up through your chest. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, left shoulder slides to the inside of the left knee by letting your hands fall heavy overhead, keeping the right leg strong and stable so your right foot roots down. And stay grounded through your back right leg. Inhale, rise all the way up into your warrior one. Good, use your right leg to lift you up out of the base of your spine. And exhale, left arm forward, right arm back, coming into your warrior two. You might take your feet a little wider apart. Good, find both feet, right? Find the ground. Right, lift up right through your center, the crown of your head, lifting towards the ceiling. Inhale, your left palm face up, reach forward, and extend up and back into your reverse warrior. Right, left arm reaching long, left side ribs long. Left hand can wrap around. You could press your sacrum in and down. You could let your right hand lift your inner right thigh up. And then exhale, cartwheel, both hands all the way down. Left foot steps back. Again, exhale as you lower. Inhale, upward facing dog, back to downward facing dog. Good, inhale your right leg up and back again. Exhale, right foot all the way through between your hands, left heel spins down. This time, cartwheel up into your warrior two. Inhale, reach forward up and back into your reverse warrior. You take a long inhale up through your right side seam. Exhale your right elbow to your right knee, sweep your left bicep over your ear. You can also slide your right hand down, either to the inside or the outside of your right leg. Okay, try to find a straight line through your left side. So you might drop your left hip. That'll send the right knee forward a little bit more. Right, reaching long all the way out through from your ankle bone to your left fingertips. And then smooth inhale here. Exhale down into your feet. Cartwheel back up into your reverse warrior. Straighten your right leg as you reach up and back. Bring your right hand parallel to the mat. Step your left foot in a little. Okay, plug both feet in. You might step your left foot in a little closer. Inhale, reach forward so the right thigh bone slides deep, right ribs traveling out long. Then bring your right hand down, left arm up. Right, this is classic triangle. So again, push your feet almost like you want to plug them into the ground again. Then lifting up through your legs, right, opening up through your chest. You take a deep inhale. As you exhale, slide your left hand around behind your back. Look for your inner right thigh. So you might get a nice stretch through your left kind of neck here. You can try looking down, looking forward. You can try looking up. You can let there be a lot of space between your left ear and left shoulder. And then inhale your left arm back on up. Soften your right knee, step up onto your right foot, left leg glides up. Okay, give yourself a nice smooth inhale here. All right, press through both feet. If you want to, you can bend your left knee, slide your hand around your foot, and kick away. It's actually easier on the shoulder and kind of gives you more space to spin your hand around. You can kick like you want to open up. And then release your back leg, sweep your left hand around and down. If you want to do a handstand or like a swap kick or split kick, go right ahead. You can look forward, right, kick up, right, switch your legs, right, kick up again. Oops, switch your legs, okay. And then that right foot's down. Step your left foot way back into a nice lunge. Right, think right knee would fit your right armpit again, left leg really strong and buoyant. Inhale, rising up into your crescent lunge. Reach up. Exhale your right hand to the top of your right thigh. Sweep your left bicep around and in so you find the diagonal right through your left ribs. And you can even use your left hand to pull your ribs around. Bring your left elbow over your right thigh for a twist here. You can let your knees steer you. So as your right knee presses to the right, it's going to bring your left ribs around. Breathe in your twist for a moment. If there's any variations here you want to take, please go ahead. Okay, from here, gently draw yourself back to center. Inhale, reach your arms up and back. Exhale, both hands all the way down. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Exhale as you lower. Inhale as you rise. Back to your downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale, left foot all the way through. Looks like the mic's about to fall off here. Okay, left knee fits left armpit, right heel down to the ground. All right, cartwheel all the way up into your warrior two. Right, inhale, left palm face up, reach forward, extending up and back. Again, reverse warrior. Take an inhale, lift long through your left side seam. Exhale, left hand to the inside of your left foot, and sweep your right bicep right over your ear. Good, reaching from your right ankle bone all the way up to your right side. Right, so it's almost like a tug of war. So your right foot gets pulled back, right, your right arm reaches forward. Again, you're lengthening through the whole right side of your body. You can also use your right hand and pull your ribs round if you want, opening up your chest. And cartwheel all the way back into your reverse warrior. Straighten your left leg, heel toe your right foot in a little bit. Then press through both feet. You can even bend your knees, re-straighten them. Reach, reach, reach forward. Bring your left hand down, right arm up. You come into a classic triangle again. So this left hand, it may be on the ground, it may be on your big toe, right? It could be anywhere except for leaning on your left knee, right? The kneecap wants to lift here, right? It's better to be a little bit bent than hyperextended, but really just try to keep that left leg really strong and stable. Okay, give yourself a full inhale. As you exhale, soften your left knee, step up onto your left foot, right leg glides up. Right, the only part of your body that's really helping you balance is that left foot, so don't forget about it. Right, press out through both legs, and then you can bend your right knee, right, catch your right foot if you want to, right, and then slide your hand around to the big toe side, right, and then pressing open, right, kicking open a little bit if you want. To release your back leg, bring your right hand down and around, and if you want to square your hips up and do some hop kicks or something else like that, please go ahead. Right, if you're just popping up, you can just try even like a little bit, right? As long as your elbow's straight or pretty straight, your head won't hit the ground, right? So that's good news. Okay, left foot comes back down. Woo, right foot steps back. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, left hand to the top of the left thigh. Sweep your right bicep up over your ear. Cross your right elbow over your left thigh. You let the knee steer you around a little bit, so you don't want the knee rolling in. Right, think of your left knee pressing out, sacrum stays stable, right leg stays strong, you're rolling from your ribs, right, opening up. Ooh, I'm losing balance. If you want to open up or take a flyaway or bind. Whatever you're doing, right, come all the way back. Inhale, both arms all the way up. Exhale, both hands all the way down. Left foot steps back. And you get to take yourself through your flow. All right, from your downward facing dog, inhale your hips high, soften your knees, right, gaze forward. You can step, hop, or float your feet right up in between your hands. I'm just going to walk on up. Okay, feet together, inhale and roll into your half lift. Exhale, folding back in. Drop your forehead towards your shins. Drop your hips almost as low as your knees. All right, then inhale your arms sideways and up into Utkatasana. Okay, drop your hips back. Inhale, reach up through your ribs. Exhale your hips down again. And then inhale, rising all the way up. Reach up and back. Exhale, folding all the way up and over the top. Okay, hopefully you're a little bit warmed up here. All right, separate your feet about 2 fist distance apart. Slide your hands underneath your feet so your toes tickle your wrists. Inhale like you're going to take a half lift. And as you exhale, draw yourself in. So this is actually kind of a really nice cooling pose. Okay, step off your hands. Inhale, take your half lift again. And exhale, folding in, just really relax. Straight turn, a quarter turn to your left. Right, bring your feet wide so you're in a big straddle stride. The outer edges of your feet parallel to the short side of your mat are slightly turned in. Inhale like you're going to take a half lift, press through both feet. Right, you can look out, right? And then start to walk your fingertips back behind your heels as if you want to see the ceiling on the other side of your hips. Good, inhale in and roll into your half lift. Good, exhale, right hand down. Inhale, reach your left arm up, spinning your right ribs under, gaze towards your left palm, reach it forward. Press your hips back, hand reaches out in front. Let it come down. Same thing, other side. Good, and then one more time each side. When your right hand comes around, let it grab the top of your left ankle. You might heel toe your right foot in a little bit, and then watch your left hand as it comes around to grab the front of your right ankle. All right, bring some weight into your heels. Pivot your heels so they face towards the back of your mat. Make sure you can still hold on, right? You might need to kind of move things around a little bit, and then bring your right shoulder to the inside of your right knee. Right, let your knee glide your shoulder under, so you're looking underneath your left arm. Press through both feet. That's a little twist, and you have a little assist from your knee. And then soften your right knee again. Let your grip go. Right, glide back into where you were before, into your half moon. Right, reach open. You can do anything here you want, really, right? You can let your gaze travel. You can bend your left knee. You can grab your foot like we did before. You can take a handstand if you want. Right, so many different options to kind of play with here. And then bring your left foot just right down next to your right. Good, inhale into your half lift. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, arms all the way up, palms pressed, reaching up. And just bring your hands right down to your hips. All right, and you're gonna find that your fingertips just barely wrap around your iliacs. Hop your feet about 2 fist distance apart. Check that your feet look squared up. Inhale, roll open, lift your chest. And then exhale, folding like your fingertips are gonna reach inside your hips, right? So like you're gonna push your abdominal wall in a little bit towards your organs, towards your spine. You might feel your psoas, your transverse abdominals there. You can kind of wiggle your fingertips around a little bit. And noticing if one side's a little tighter than the other, perhaps. Okay, then release and slide your hands underneath your heels this time. Right, so grab your heel like a ball, would fit a mitt. And then lightly pull on your heels and draw yourself in so your knees would fit your armpits. Your head might even glide through your calves. It's just a nice fit, right? Your middle finger pointed in the same direction as your middle toe. You can lightly pull from your back. Your shoulders aren't up by your ears, right? They're away from your ears. And then release your grip. Again, right, pivot, so you step out to the side again. Right, inhale into your half lift. Okay, let your left hand come down. Inhale your right arm up, swim it around and forward. Right, left arm swims, so you're letting your ribs roll, letting your gaze follow your hand. This time, let it grab your right ankle. And then inhaling, right, your right arm reaches around, and it goes all the way around. It swims out over to your left ankle. You can heel toe your feet in a little bit. Keep your weight in your left heel, pivot on that left heel, toes point out. Slide your left knee to your left shoulder, let it roll you open. Just breathe for a moment by maybe bending one knee, bending the other. You might find that as you bend and straighten your legs, you get a better fit. And soften your left knee. Release your grip. Right, step up onto your left foot, right leg glides up. You can open up, right? You can bring your right bicep over your ear, right? Gazing out, right? You could bend your knee and catch your foot again like we already did, right? Just really anything that you just want to do to play. You're playing with your balance. You're playing with the stability through your standing foot, right? By playing with your gaze, right? You're really testing your nervous system a little bit because the easiest place to look is usually down the floor. But why not, right? Try looking around and still seeing if you can keep your balance. Then bring the right hand all the way down. Right, bring the right foot right next to the left this time. Inhale and roll into your half lift. Exhaling, folding back in forward towards your shins. Drop your hips low. Inhale, palms pressed, lifting up. Standing all the way up, reach up, up and back. And exhaling, folding all the way back in and down. Inhale into your half lift. Good, exhaling, start to turn back to face the long way. Right, feet wide again. And then just start to gently lunge side to side, so let your right knee bend. Right, if you can, keep the right heel on the floor, supposedly better for your knees. Right, so you can use your hands like I do, right, as much as you need to. Switching side to side a few times. All right, the next time you end up lunge to the right, pivot your right toes out, bring your left knee down to the ground. Right, let the top of your left foot really firmly press into the mat. Right, inhale, let your right knee glide forward. Exhale, drop your hips a little lower. And inhale, reaching up and back, lifting up from your back leg like you've got a tail behind you. Good, lifting long, right, pelvis forward, chest rises. Exhale, both hands all the way down. Straighten your right leg. Bend your left knee so long as there's no knee pain. You can fold up and over your right leg. Right forward might come towards your shin. You can take your left hand and cross it diagonally over the top. You might let your hips sway one way or the other way. Getting some real nice length your whole right side. And really your whole left side too, because it's crossing over. The length on the right side is up through the outside of my right hip, but the left side is all the way around through the ribs. And you can switch, come on up. Right, just switch out your legs. If you want to try a hop switch, right, you just can press down through your hands and push away. There you go. And then right knee comes down, right, left knee forward. Okay, inhaling, reaching forward. Exhale, drop the hips. Inhale, press through your back foot. And exhale, both hands all the way back on down, straighten the left leg. And let your torso drop up and over your left thigh. Again, no pain in the right knee. If you want to twist, you can take it, right, letting your right ribs roll towards your inner left knee. Good, just roll onto your left hip. Right, take the right knee around out in front. Right, scoot your hips up towards the top of your mat. And then rock onto your back. You can take a few rocks, right, on the left side or on the right side. Or just straight down the middle if it doesn't hurt your back. And once you do end up on your back, take your hands to your knees, make some gentle circles around your low back. And then let the arms be like measuring sticks so you know how far to keep your knees from your shoulders. And then allow both knees to just fall to your left. And so now you're on your left side, your right hip stacked over your left, hands come out. Right, slide your right fingertips down your left forearm over your chest, right, opening up like you're putting your right shoulder blade towards the ground. You can use your left elbow to bring your left shoulder blade and ribs under. And let your right knee rise, your left knee rise. Make some gentle circles if you want, right around your back. And then let your knees fall to the right. Stack them. Left hand on your right hand, slide your left hand all the way down, opening up across your chest. Good, bring your left knee back on up, bring your right knee on up too. And again, a few circles. Okay, give your knees a good squeeze in towards you. Good, let your feet come up like you're in happy baby, but try to lengthen your low back towards the mat. You can have your hands on the inside or your elbows on the inside and your hands on the outside. Maybe there's another way you'd like to do it. Okay, and let your feet come down to the ground. If you have some blocks underneath you, it might be really nice to, or if you have some blocks around, it might be really nice to have something like that. If you don't, right, anything will work, like a book or a big pot, right, as long as you have some surface area so your sacrum is really supported so you're not kind of on the edge, right? You've got this triangular bone at the base of your spine, you just want it supported. So you can find your big toes, right, press them down into the ground. Lift your hips up, walk your shoulder blades underneath so you get a little more height. Feet might come in a little bit closer. And then you slide the blocks right together like a number 11, right underneath your sacrum. Right, this particular posture I learned through Katana Yoga, right? So just finding the blocks right underneath your low back. All right. If you want, you can try interlacing your hands around the blocks, shoulder blades underneath. Hopefully it feels pretty nice, right? My blocks aren't quite even, so I'm just going to try to even them out a little bit. So hopefully you feel really supported, right? So super stable at your low back. Sometimes this might give you a little bit of ache at first, and it does tend to go away, I've found over time. But if it really hurts, obviously don't do it. You can always come down lower. Right? Part of the practice of yoga in general is really trying to tune into your own internal intuition about what is all right and what is not all right for you, and finding the spot where you feel like it's a good spot, right? So not doing something that you know is not right. Okay, I could probably stay here all night, and you are welcome to if you want to. If you're ready to come on out, you get to press into your feet. Just lift your hips up, take the blocks out. If you want to come down to a lower height first, right, you totally can do that. Right, just finding a slightly lower spot to hang out before you come all the way down to the mat. And eventually come all the way down. And maybe just that was a back bend, mostly in the lower back. So maybe just one for the upper back while you have the blocks nearby. Or maybe you don't have blocks nearby, if you have something nearby, you can put it underneath your shoulder blades. Ooh. There it is. Oh man, right, it's so nice, right? You can take your hands to opposite elbows, let your chest open. And then when you're ready, right, to come on out, you can press your elbows down, chin towards your chest, take the block out, come all the way down onto your back. Right, give yourself a moment to check in, notice if there's any last pose or shape you'd like to take, and if anything comes to mind, give yourself that. And if you're ready to start to draw yourself into your final Shavasana, you can start to think of the soles of your feet letting go, your thighs relaxing. And letting your jaw relax, your shoulder blades just right underneath you. And letting your palms let go. You might take a moment to thank yourself. You might take a moment to just be grateful for the simplest things. And thank you guys so much for doing this. Right? I think it's great to still practice even if you can't be in the studio. To come on out of your Shavasana, you can take one arm up, bend your knees, roll to the side. Stack your hips, stack your shoulders, and then just softly roll your way up, press your way up. Again, thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you back here soon.